Hello, inmates, and welcome to week 224A of the cellblock Scorch. My name's Red, and I'll be recording today's episode, and the prompt this week was, why are you always asking me for advice when that thing on your shoulder is so much better at giving it? So, this is not extended universe at all, and I understand that there are some logistical issues with this, but you know what? That's not my problem, because this is just a little funny. This is not to be taken seriously in any manner. So, just don't think too deeply about anything. And, I'll get right into it. Alice rolled her eyes. She didn't know why everyone always came to her for advice. All she ever did was repeat the words of the, at most, 8-inch person sitting on their shoulders. With their pristine white robes and bright halos, it was pretty easy to tell that they were shoulder angels. However, it seemed like their job was pretty useless, considering no one ever listened to them. Currently, Alexandra was asking for, of all things, relationship advice. Alice, please. I need to know if I should stay with him. I mean, I know he isn't always on time, and he's rude to service workers, but I can fix that, right? The angel on Alexandria's shoulder had become increasingly annoyed over the last several years Alice had known her. When they first met, the little being had been nice, gentle even, with their suggestions. Now, though, it was safe to say that they'd lost their patience sometime around sophomore year when Alexandria got her first boyfriend. "Should you stay with him?" the little angel was yelling, stomping their feet, throwing their hands in the air, and even their wings were ruffling. "Oh, I'm Alexandria, and I like trash men who don't treat me right, and I've deluded myself into thinking I can fix everyone, including my weird little friend that no one talks to except for when they need something." Was that directed at her? Why are you asking me for advice when that thing on your shoulder is so much better at giving it? If that little punk was going to insult her, then they could deal with the consequences. The little angel gasped and stopped all of their dramatic tantrum. Alexandria looked at both shoulders, then gave her what could only be described as a look that said, "Do I need to take you to the psych ward?" "What thing on my shoulder?" "You can see me?" "Oh no, that's not good. Oh no, no. Dang it all." The little angel was now looking far more sad and afraid than angry. "I'm going to get in so much trouble for not noticing this sooner." "Am I not supposed to be able to see you?" "No, you're definitely not. Is this the first time you've acknowledged this? Oh, Huckleberry. That means one of them is going to show up." Before the little angel could finish their sentence, an ominous and deep, joyful laughter sounded right next to Alice's ear. "Oh, sugar, I've been waiting for you to ask about those loser shoulder angels since you were an itty-bitty baby. Now you and me can have some fun." Feeling a little afraid and almost ready to send herself to the psych ward, Alice looked to her left. There, standing on her shoulder, was a little being, though instead of white, they were wearing what could best be described as a slutty suit. There were cutouts on the sides and no sleeves to be found, not to mention the suit short shorts had garters that connected down to the footsie socks. All of that was almost enough of a distraction to completely override the red, glowing horns sticking out of their multicolored hair. "It's nice to finally introduce myself, Alice. You can call me the Devil. Capital T in the..."
Hey guys, this is Octo coming at you with judge comments for Red Scorch this week. I went back and I got a Scorch from her and also from Bones for this week. And they were both really good. Bones went more on the world building and did this cool space alien thing. It was really fun. But I just really got a kick out of Red's. It just left me with some nice warm fuzzies. I don't quite know what's happening in this world, but it's demented. And I love it. And I want to know why Alice can see people on people's shoulders. It seems unnatural, So I chose it because it made me laugh and because I want to see where else it's going. And that's it for me. Keep that fire burning.
So, there you go. That was what won this week's Scorch. People think it's really funny. I hope you think it's pretty funny. I had a good time writing it. As I said, there's no extended universe on this. It's just a little ditty, basically. I had no idea what I was going to write for this prompt, I'm pretty sure. I was like, obviously something with shoulder angels and devils and whatever. But I didn't know where anything was going. So, there's that. The name of this work is Shoulders, by the way. Alright. Let's see. The prompt I gave after this, winning this, was only 2 things had ever gotten the old man of 775 to come outside, and you just broke his window. Now, the door is opening, and everyone else was smart enough to run away. I do believe Pacey won that. I had a good time with it. You'll see or hear about it in a couple of weeks, I do believe. Anyways, not a lot to say for this one, but I figured I'd respond to something Bones said in the last episode they gave judge comments on, which is, I do believe it was, I would hardly call it a stabbing, 223B. Anyways, they mentioned that I have an extended universe with, godly figures called the Forced Ascension universe, and you can learn a lot of it from that, but I'm just going to come right out and apologize because the plot and the characters have changed so much that, like, the base world is kind of the same, but everything else is so different. So anything and everything that I end up that ends up on the Patreon or I end up recording for the podcast will be lies. Straight up lies. It's all lies, and I'm sorry about that. But stories grow and develop. So that's just how it is. So keep that fire burning, folks. And feel free to check out our Tumblr and our Instagram, which I am in charge of and pretty bad at keeping up with, but I'm getting better. So, yeah.
The Cellblock Scorch is a production of Stellacore, an independent group of nerds sharing their obsessions with the world. We can be reached at thestellacore@gmail.com, through comments on your podcast platform of choice, our Instagram, Stella_core, and at our YouTube, also called Stellacore. Feel free to check out our other productions on our YouTube channel or our cosplays on Instagram. If you would like to support our creative endeavors, you can give a one-time tip to the Ko-Fi of the writer of your favorite Scorches, or check out our Patreon, linked in the show notes. There, you can access the winning Scorches and episode transcripts for free, or sign up for Spark level support for $5 a month to gain access to all of the Scorch submissions.